Virgos, welcome to your Wheel of the Year reading, Guide to Planetary Retrogrades. I'm going to be going over your Wheel of the Year spread and how all the retrogrades are going to be playing in between. I'm going to be starting with Yule and going through the 8 pagan turns of the year all the way up to Samhain or Halloween or the Witch's New Year, however you like to celebrate. And I'm going to be going in between each turn is going to be different retrogrades and stuff that is going to be affecting us, and I'm going to be just giving you tips of what energies to expect that are coming at you, and a little bit of advice on what to watch out for so you can navigate those energies a little bit easier. At the end of your Wheel of the Year reading last year and the end of your summer solstice update, I saw a lot of planting seeds and watering the ground that you're standing on. You're working hard and you're ending cycles of conflict. There was a bit of restrictiveness that comes from partnerships and with the people around you, and learning to adjust in how to deal with, working with other people. Working with anybody else or a new relationship or anything else like that can feel restricted. All right, so going into Yule this year, December 21st, I see fertility, possible new parenthood, or creating prosperity through work, especially. With the Jupiter and Capricorn, there's going to be a lot of highlights in business this year. So it could be that your work is your baby if you're not the person that's going for kids right now. I am seeing, though, the underlying shadow aspect of this, though, is that you feel like you're not as passionate as you thought. The strong message that I got in was feeling like you waited too long. So if this is a job that you've been waiting on and, I don't know, you feel like you waited too long for these opportunities, or if you're trying to conceive and you're feeling like you're too old for this, that could lead you into that could negate all this creative energy. So just be mindful of where your mind is, and don't let overthinking and overanalyzing situations to draw you back into a negative headspace there going into Yule. Now, after Yule, Uranus goes direct on January 20th, and it goes direct in Taurus, and this is going to be a lot of people starting to accepting the new order of things now. This is a global effect, so this is everybody getting used to how things have changed, and pretty much getting what, slowly but surely, people are starting to get with the new programs and realizing that a lot of us are not running their old programs anymore. But for in bulk, for your card, I do see a bit of a too much of a good thing. Indulging too much, maybe taking connections for granted. And yeah, pretty much just the overindulgence. She's intoxicated by the tree. This is a warning also too not to make any hasty decisions. Like if you're in puppy love or something like that going along, or you're getting super excited at a job because you're getting recognized a lot, you can get intoxicated from that rush of being recognized. But don't forget to be humble about stuff. Don't get too cocky. But I do see an underlying, with this over intoxicating energy, I do see what's causing it is an underlying anxiety and fear that you're not processing. This is about self-reflecting and picking yourself apart in a reflection, is this card. So I see you over-analyzing yourself too much. That's what's going to be causing this kind of energy to be coming at you. Now, with that going on, you're going from February to March here, March 20th. On March 10th and from February 17th, right after this, right after in bulk, to right before Ostara on March 20th, you have your first Mercury retrograde. And this is going from Pisces to Aquarius and back to Pisces again. So this is going to be a time to really reorganize your priorities. Anything that you may have been backburnering that was really important to you, it's time to start bringing those things to the forefront and start shuffling them into your priorities and making sure that you're putting your priorities first. It's fine when you're doing with the partnership with other people or you're working with other people, but you still have to make sure that your priority list gets done as well as helping other people. All right. So going into Ostara on March 20th, this will be right after that retrograde that has you questioning your priorities. I see a desire for marriage or a declaration of intention, but this is for just not really emotional. This is a traditional sense. This is coming off as an old program that you could be running where you're just doing things for the sake of security. And you're doing this for the sake of security because you are so comfortable and satisfied at where you are that you feel like it's time to just follow the traditional programming. But now remember, we got Taurus going direct and there is major changes coming to the program. So this is just telling you to make sure that you're doing things for the right reason. Make sure that there's all the emotion that's supposed to be there. Don't overanalyze yourself and pick it apart. Don't do that. But just make sure that you're not doing it just to nail yourself down into a comfort zone. Going from Ostara to Beltane on May 1st, we have Pluto going retrograde in Capricorn on April 25th. And this is going to feel like certain things are kind of burning to the ground, especially business-related things with Jupiter going into Capricorn too. So this is going to be little flare-ups in how you do certain things. To what it's doing is it's going to try to shift what the universe is going to burn off certain things that aren't efficient so that you are forced to find new efficient ways of doing things. That's what this underlying Pluto retrograde is going to be. It's not going to be massive towers or anything else like that. It's going to be like, oh, I used to do this way, but it wasn't working out, or this happened, so I don't do it that way anymore. Now I'm going to find a new way to do it, and this way turns out to be actually more efficient than the way I was doing it before. That's what the Pluto retrograde in Capricorn is going to have you reevaluating. Now going into Beltane, May 1st, I see a sudden communication, unexpected contact from an unexpected place, like snail mail or email or, someplace you don't usually get communication from is going to come in from you. And, the only worry I see with this unexpected communication, it comes with the warning of being over generous and not guarding your finances. So when you come out of this little business flare-up, shake-up energy and you get over here, I see unexpected communication coming in, and I see you not being mindful of guarding your finances, being over generous and to the point that it's detrimental to you. So just be mindful of that energy when you're coming around here. And when these communications come in, don't let somebody talk you into anything right away. Make sure that you reasonably understand everything. Don't be too gung-ho to give away too much. Now, going from Beltane to Midsummer, we got 4. On May 14th, you're going to have Jupiter going retrograde in Capricorn. And this is going to be the time that you're going to be examining old philosophies. You're going to be examining the old way of doing things, and you're going to be expanding your mind to new ideas. This is what it's going to be. It's going to show you the flaws in the traditional system. So when I say examining old philosophies, this Jupiter is going to, retrograde is going to highlight areas in your life where you're running an old program. That you're just running because tradition tells you to run. That's where it'll kind of get you. Saturn goes retrograde in Aquarius to Capricorn on May 11th. And I've been telling everybody, Saturn is only a problem if you've been cutting corners in the universe. If you've been trying to find little ways to circumvent doing the work yourself, this is where Saturn's going to bite you in the ass. But if you've been genuinely putting in the work and you've been doing it all yourself, Saturn's not going to be giving you too much of a problem. If you've been holding up your end of what you're supposed to be doing, you should be good. Now, Venus is going to go retrograde in Pisces on May 13th to June 5th. This is coming into the summer. I've been telling everybody, hot girl summer. Temptations are going to be high. Willpower will be weak. You know, you go out more, you do more things. You have a lot more chances of bumping into people from your past sneaking up on you. So if you know temptation's going to be high and you know your willpower is going to be weak, then you can be mindful enough to give yourself more willpower. That's how you get through retrogrades, by recognizing what energies are at play. Now, the final retrograde is going to be the second Mercury retrograde. This is going to happen on June 8th. And this is going to be happening in Cancer. And this is going to be all about don't get distracted by past loves. This is coming with that Venus retrograde energy. These people are here to distract you from what you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish. This is the universe testing you to see how bad you actually want something. So be mindful of that going into midsummer on June 21st. Now, for midsummer, for June 21st, I see, because this is after the retrograde, I see you're dynamic, stable, enthusiastic. You've got a master over your business skills now. You've mastered that Pluto retrograde energy, and you've mastered your business senses, and you're just sitting on your throne there. With this, I also see a lot of compassion, intimacy, a strong partnership coming into play. Yeah, so this is going to be a major shift going on for you here. You're going to go from all this unstable energy to suddenly you feel firm in your business sense and you feel firm in a connection. So going from midsummer to Lunasa on August 1st, we have Neptune going retrograde in Pisces on the 23rd. Poor Pisces. This is going to be a lot of shattered illusions. So how I feel is that a lot of the Venus retrograde, a lot of the Mercury retrograde is going to bring old people to the forefront. And because you're going to be so firm in your foundations, and you're not going to be tempted because you know that's what's coming, they're going to want to, they're going to show themselves. They're going to show you who they really are. They're going to get mad and they're going to show you who they really are. And when someone tells you who they really are, listen. Tell everybody that when someone's mad at you, they're going to tell you exactly who they are. And when they do, listen to them. That is their shadow intuition speaking to you right then. When they come back later with all the nice passive-aggressive nonsense later, that is the ego trying to come in and save face. When someone tells you who they are, believe them. Or when they show you who they are, believe them. So that's going from Lunasa to... yeah, it's going from midsummer to Lunasa. So for Lunasa on August 1st, I see new business ideas, new messages that bring opportunity for expansion. You're just back. You went from the solid energy to the excited, youthful, dynamic energy again. You're going to be back in a very creative mode here. So I don't see the Neptune retrograde really messing with you guys too terribly much or tripping you up, at least not in your business aspects. But for your underlying aspects, I see a lot of overwhelming feelings that need to be sorted out. You can't, these shattered illusions, and you can't just sweep the shattered pieces up under the rug. You have to actually sort through that. You have to actually get messy, go inside, sort out why you feel the way you do about certain things, and really evaluate yourself. You're able to handle this part just fine, but that stuff that you guys hide and overanalyze, locked in that dark little deep chest, in the back corner of the most darkest part. That stuff, you can't hide that stuff forever. You have to work through why you feel those ways, or else those emotions will keep sneaking up on you and overwhelming you. Going from Lunasa to Maboon on September 22nd, we have Mars going retrograde in Aries. And the big message for that is do not rush. You will be accident prone during this retrograde. So if you've got some big new idea, you're going to want to go, 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 go. You're going to see it. You're going to be laser focused and you're going to want to take off right at it, but you're not going to watch your feet. You're going to get distracted by what's around you. You're not going to watch your feet. You're going to step in a hole. You're going to break your leg. You're going to cause all kinds of turmoils and conflict. So be mindful of that. When you feel that hardcore rushing energy coming at you, slow down, take a breath, look at your feet, make sure your feet are on solid ground before you take another step with these new ideas that are coming in. Going from Maboon to Samhain, we have our final Mercury retrograde. Now this is going to be going from Scorpio to Libra and back again. This is probably going to be something from the other Mercury retrogrades. That's how the messenger tends to work. Doesn't have to be, but this is going to be Scorpio to Libra and back again, and this is going to be a time to reevaluate relationships. So the danger of this retrograde is the energy is going from that scorpion, hard shell, stinger, I'm going to sting you energy if you scare me, to I really need to feel the need to vocalize everything to you right now, and I can't stop myself from talking, so you're going to hear what I have to say. Back into that shell with the stinger, like, okay, now I'm going to wait for a response. Be sure you're not just being defensive to be defensive. A lot of this is overanalyzing, I'm seeing for you guys. You just think so much. Don't sit there and wait for someone because you think they're going to hurt you, and then whatever they say, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad, you're prepared to sting them. Because as soon as you sting them, the poison's done. There's nothing else you can do about it. So be mindful of your words and try to catch your words if you can during the Libra part of that. Going into Maboon. Oh, did I mess up? Maboon on September 22nd. All right. So I got a little bit ahead of myself with the Libra, with the Mercury retrograde. That's going to be after this comes into play. This is going to be seeking experience and a deep, seeking or experiencing a deep sense of harmony and union. So you will either be seeking this or you will already be experiencing this, and you're going to have a lot of confidence in the progress that you are making. So you're going to be seeking this harmony and balance. And you're going to be confident in your progress, and then that Scorpio Libra retrograde is going to hit you. So just be prepared for that. Mercury brings some weird things out of the woodwork for people, and you can't hide from the universe. It doesn't matter what you do, it will find you. So be aware when you're going from this confident seeking or confidence here, and you're experiencing this deep sense of harmony and union. When that Scorpio Libra retrograde hits, be mindful of those energies that are going to suddenly be at play there, because that can knock you off this balance that you just gained. Also going from Maboon to Pluto, we have Maboon to Samhain, we have Pluto going direct in Capricorn. And that's going to be a time for the phoenix to rise from the ashes. All the little things that flared up over here that you had to readjust and redo and fix and find new ways of doing stuff, all that is going to be resolved by the time you get over here. And that's going to be a phoenix rising from the ashes is the message I got for that. And especially with business, with Jupiter in Capricorn and now Pluto in Capricorn. So for Samhain, I see you going into October with just firm belief in your skills and hard work paying off and being rewarded for your skills. I see that being a very strong energy going in there. So I see you being able to keep your balance pretty much through the year with the work stuff. You're going to be really, that's going to be a major focus for you while you're trying to work on this emotional undercurrent you have going on. That's very back and forth here. I don't know. I don't understand Virgos. You guys do overthink so much. It's just, you know, it's just like good card, you know, good card, bad card, good card, bad card. So you're going to be very back and forth emotionally. That's going to be an undercurrent that you're going to be dealing with behind the scenes that is not work related. For your final card for the Witch's New Year, and with your affirmation of skills, there's going to be a clarity that comes to you. A clarity after a major struggle. And a trial is over and you have learned the lesson. You will have learned the lesson of whatever this is by the end. By the time the Witch's New Year's rolls around, by Halloween, you'll have the clarity that you're seeking and you'll be able to put it together. Now, for you guys, I was shuffling for oracle cards for you, and 3 cards fell out, and I put them back in, and I started shuffling again, and 3 cards fell out again, and I put them back in, I started shuffling again, and then 3 cards fell out again, so I kept them this time. So, you guys have got 3 cards. The first card is ceremony and invocation, and this is all about creating a ceremony, creating a sacred space to reconnect with spirit through invocation. So this is all, when you create a sacred space and you do an invocation, the real secret to it is you follow your intuition. You allow your intuition to guide you. You can look up different ceremonies and different invocations and stuff like that. But the objective of this one is really to create your own space, something very personal to you and something that is about you. You know what I'm saying? Things that are important to you. You have those created within your space with it. Whatever items are sacred to you, you use to create your sacred space, and you follow your intuition on that. Once you've created your sacred space, it's calling you to call on your ancestors, your generations before you. Ancestors and spirits of your ancestors watch and guide you constantly through everything around you. They are what leave you feathers and pennies in your path. They drop you synchronicities. They do these things for you. This is not just angels and spirit guides. Your ancestors walk with you. And they long to help you. They really do. Spirits like to help if they can. So don't be afraid to call on them. They're bored most of the time. They're watching us. It's not much to do. So when you call on them, they will come to help you. And the third card is dream time. So now this is going to tie into the whole thing. You're going to do your invocation. You're going to call on your ancestors. And then you are going to really control your breathing and get into a meditative state and allow yourself to be open to what the universe wants to show you. Don't try to, don't do a guided meditation. Do an open meditation. Don't focus on anything specific. This is not a visualization. This is invocation. You call upon who you are calling upon, and then you allow yourself to be open for the message that comes in. The breath is the crossover between the spirit and physical reality. You actually breathe it in to you and breathe it out. And when you get slow enough and you get steady enough and you allow yourself to be open, you will get the messages and the clarity that you seek. All right, Virgo, that was your 2020 Wheel of the Year Guide to Planetary Retrogrades. Sorry, I got tripped up over here a little bit. If this helped you out, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will talk to you guys later. If you would like to join us in our Facebook group for more card readings and Reiki digital boxes and other games and whatnot that we play. I will put the link to our Facebook group, The Coven, The Silver Cord, in the comments, and I will talk to you guys later.